Good morning, everybody. I'm Elise. This is Another Truth on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening to this audio only video. I really do appreciate it. I do hope that you're doing very well and you're taking exceptional care of yourselves today. I just want to talk about Katie Joy's jealousy toward Emily D. Baker on a different level. A couple of days ago, saw Renelle Smith's video about Katie Joy. I mean, as far as her animosity toward Emily D. Baker. And it was an interesting take because, you know, sometimes, like for me, I just kind of will react to something or comment on something as they come up. I don't do like compilations. I don't go back in the years. I may watch things and see different examples of it. Um, excuse me. I do appreciate a lot of people's commentary and perspectives on the same subject because they're things I hadn't considered before. I know that other creators have done similar videos, which have been quite eye opening. And it's interesting because most of you know, you would say that, like, in some of the videos that are used, the clips that are used for these compilation videos. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that discussion. Oh yeah, I remember that live. It could be about any subject, in any case. But Renelle Smith's, I think it was entitled "Fraud." At least that was on the thumbnail. But it was clearly about Katie Joy's animosity against Emily D. Baker. It was a compilation of clips and lives, I believe, and that must have taken a long, long time to put together. It must have been really hard work and really hard to listen to Katie Joy be a vicious, nasty person against another woman. That's really triggering. It for me. I would be triggered to continuously listen to that as I'm putting that together. So props to not props. Kudos to Renelle Smith for doing that, and for all of you who have put together a compilation of this. Because man, this particular video is out of this world, and um, listening to Katie Joy call Emily D. Baker a bitch repeatedly. Oh man, that was like unnerving to hear. I think she did that in the lives though, but I could tell that these were clips from videos taken over the years about Emily D. Baker, because I don't think any of the years were listed or the times, but I could tell because there was kind of like a Katie's hairstyle changed in the last 2 to 3 years so many times that I can kind of pinpoint where along this short timeline she said these things. But yeah, I mean, calling Emily D. Baker a bitch and all of this, calling her names, trying to act superior. And I remember some of her other snarkier stuff outside of this video. I don't know, making comments about her Ugg boots or the fact that she has a Tesla. Um, it's like, I'll never forget that because it's so petty. It's so petty. It's so ridiculous. Katie often remarks about other people's things, like the joke about she could afford two Bentleys, but she's embroiled in a number of lawsuits that, she's a defendant in a number of lawsuits. So, she's having to defend herself in these things. And, it happens. A lot of people get sued for different things. It's just that for Katie Joy, you know, um, when she talks about having this or that, or resenting other people for having this and that, and going back and forth between, I can afford two Bentleys, but I can't afford this for my son or something like that. I mean, it's really super annoying. And I mean, it's the height of ass clownery if you think about it. Her petty shit against a person who's just talking about their legal perspective on her lawsuits. I mean, come on. Emily D. Baker wasn't a bitch toward Katie Joy. Emily D. Baker didn't say anything with KJ's name in it that I recall. And she certainly didn't poke fun at Katie Joy. I mean, Emily D. Baker is entitled to talk about legal matters, especially of big names like Tati Westbrook, for instance. Of course, she's going to do that. Why would she stay away from that if it's a large topic of interest for her audience? You know, the fact of the matter is that it has less to do with what Emily D. Baker has said. It has a lot more to do with what Emily D. Baker has. And as Renelle Smith eloquently stated at the end of her video, toward the end of her video, that Emily D. Baker has what KJ wants, what KJ could never have. I'm paraphrasing now. And what KJ could never be. And it's so true because KJ will never be Emily D. Baker. She'll never be a lawyer. She'll never have 15 years of legal expertise that Emily D. Baker has, at least it doing doing courtroom work, being a lawyer, representing clients, probably representing more vulnerable clients, it seems, because of the type of legal work that she has done. Her work as a lawyer, and Katie Joy will never have spent the years that Emily D. Baker has, going through law school and virtually having no life because of it. Katie Joy will not have whatever Katie Joy thinks Emily D. Baker has in terms of material things. And listen, I mean, times are hard. People can't afford a lot of these things, but I don't think that a pair of Ugg boots are, so luxurious. They are comfortable. Yeah, maybe they represent a certain status, but Emily D. Baker has even said in her life that she, wants more comfortable shoes as she gets a little bit older, and I can understand that. She made that as a remark in one of her videos. So of course, Ugg boots would be comfortable, right? But I don't know what Katie Joy's issue is with that. This was something that Katie Joy had said off the cuff, I think, in another video. It doesn't have anything to do with Renelle Smith compilation, but it's just that pettiness. And KJ has this car she bought after making the declaration that she can afford 2 Bentleys. Meanwhile, she's embroiled in a lawsuit. I don't know how she is going on her life day to day, having to settle, having to pay people, having to pay a lawyer. I mean, it's not like she gets a lot of sponsorships. I don't think she gets any sponsorships from anybody because her reputation's too bad. But Emily D. Baker gets sponsorships, lucrative sponsorships, I would imagine. Emily D. Baker has the respect of her followers, subscribers, fans. Emily D. Baker is a positive force for change, a positive force for justice. And Emily D. Baker is nationally known, especially for her work with the Depp versus Heard case. And now she's doing that again this year, a year after this happened. So that really put Emily D. Baker in a national spotlight, being recognized for it because her commentary is stellar. Even I followed that. And I don't normally follow Emily D. Baker. I follow another, another legal expert, legal commentary expert. But that doesn't mean I don't have respect for Emily D. Baker's work, what she's gone through, her style, or anything like that. It's just that I listen to someone else just by preference. But still, I mean, Emily D. Baker has taken the spotlight for that work. That really catapulted her popularity and fame on a national level. But Emily D. Baker's also global, and she's a businesswoman. All this is stuff that KJ will never be. KJ doesn't aspire to do better or to do things that are productive. I mean, even if KJ were to take up a volunteer position in her community, listen, volunteer doing that kind of work in the community is very honorable. It's very much needed. Believe me, there's a level of appreciation in that is far more powerful than the kind of fame that KJ wants. And I think that, what it comes down to with all of this, that KJ really resents people's success. And I think she is driven by that in her video. And that's where she takes down a number of people. So instead of being an informative, reporter or responsible journalist, or even, a blogger with integrity, she's nothing, her channel's nothing more than a tabloid. It doesn't really contribute anything valuable to society. And for all the social justice stuff that Katie Joy alleges to side with, it's bullshit. I'm a left-wing person. Katie Joy and I will say this very briefly and with very few words. Katie Joy and I share a lot of political viewpoints, about opinions about things. Okay. But she's the type of liberal that I've experienced in my line of work, in my experience as a person who needed services, as a person who works in the community, as a person who understands these things. She's an armchair liberal. She doesn't give, when I say that, okay, because a lot of people talk about her political viewpoint, but she really doesn't care about people. She doesn't care about the struggles in America for BIPOC people, Black, Indigenous people and people of color. She doesn't care about the LGBTQIA plus community. She doesn't care about trans rights. She doesn't really, and I don't even really think she cares about the former president in trouble. She doesn't care about these things. I don't even know why she even bothers. I mean, she's antithetical to anything related to social justice. She's is a misogynist. She doesn't care about women. Where have we seen Katie Joy actually uplift any other woman? When has Katie Joy ever really supported another creator or gave shout outs to them or used their work and credited with them? Or, she's taken people's life experiences and turned them into content. I'm not saying that Katie Joy didn't experience things growing up a certain way or having certain life experiences. I don't want to take that away. I don't want to take away any problems, but, I guess she's trying to sound less mediocre. And the problem is that even with all of this infamy she brings on herself, that she developed herself, she's still mediocre. She's no liberal. She doesn't care about people's things. Social justice things, political things, real things that affect people, real problems in the world that affect people. She doesn't care about that. She has a shitty tabloid channel full of lies and sensationalism. And she doesn't care about anybody else but herself. And she lives in a world of anger, frustration, jealousy, and resentment. And she keeps, I don't know, she's pining for some level of physical comfort through things. Yeah, I mean, money does buy happiness on many levels. It pays for health insurance for some people, just so people can get well, helps people buy medicine, helps people look at their hard work and say, yeah, I worked for this. This is mine. I own this. Nothing wrong with that. No, I'm not some commie left-wing person, by the way. Okay, so don't label me. I don't want your messages about that. I do think that people should get a living wage, a good wage to be comfortable, enjoy things in life. Okay. But for KJ, she equates that with personal success. But if you're a shitty person, doesn't matter all the accoutrements in life, all of the things in life. Like, she could be surrounded by BMWs. She could be surrounded by Bentleys. She could be wearing, she could have like 10,000 pairs of Ugg boots. Okay. And have clothes from the finest shops. It doesn't matter. If Katie Joy's still a shithead, she's still a shithead. Nothing will ever change that. And if she does get any respect because she has those things, that's all she's going to have, because she has those things. Earning that fake care, earning that fake kind of respect, that shallow life. I mean, I think shallow behavior begets shallow reception. And that's where Katie Joy is in her life. I mean, what can I say? If you're not happy with yourself internally, I mean, nothing else really can fulfill that. I know that from experience. I know that from experience. And you get fulfillment by helping the community. Even if it's just helping your neighbor rake her yard during the fall, even if it's just offering to be a transport for books from one library to another. I mean, that's important information to help a neighbor who can't mow their garden, to help a neighbor who can't build something because of arthritis. You have no idea what gold that is to that person. You have no idea the kind of wonderful reputation you build for yourself by, in the doing, of really being your best around people. I'm telling you, there isn't anything like that. It's self-respect. I really hope Katie does pull it around for herself. I hope Katie Joy really does change the way she views her life and views her family. She might be a lot happier person at the end. I don't believe it. I don't think it's going to happen because she really enjoys being a shithead and causing chaos for herself and her family. But, I'm not being nice when I say that. I think it's important for Katie to have a way out of this by taking a lot of accountability and doing the work she would need to do to get herself some help.